Maybe it was that person. Wow, that's a name. Okay. Ooh, do I have the sound on this? I guess I do. That's fine. Okay. I'm wondering, should I give it like 2 more minutes, maybe? No, I don't see him. Were you guys able to see him before he logged off? Okay. I think it might have just, I don't think he needed to that whole thing. I just think he might have been like not on. You know how FaceTime, if you move away from FaceTime on your phone, it kind of turns off your camera. I think it might have just been that, but I don't know how to explain that. Whatever. But I don't want to start without him. I feel like I'm not very good at improvising enough to do that. No. And also, like, who cares, you know? Everyone's on their bed nowadays. Yeah, I can say everyone. Are you in the speaker view? And if so, why am I the speaker? Skype is I couldn't find the chat when Patricia was like desperately trying to help me download this plugin. I like couldn't even find her message, and I was like, yeah, it's a sunny day. I wonder if it'll melt the 2 feet of snow. There you are. Yay. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm not going to be able to know. Okay, I'm just going to go for it on Skype. You ready? Okay.
Here we are. Rebecca's still a little weird. Let me see if I can fix him.
Hey, everybody.
I don't think
we're here.
Welcome. Okay.
I think this is that.
You're tiny.
Hello.
Okay.
Are you saying?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear.
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Skype?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, I can now.
No.
No, we hear you now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Skype number. I need to go on the browser. So like, if this is it should be in the chat.
Okay, I'll keep you posted. I think it might just be that you can't like tab away from Skype. Might be what's happening, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my guess. I'm not a doctor. Okay, great. So, and all you can still see the slides, right?
No.
I think you just share screen, maybe.
That would make sense, Jacob. There we go. Yay. Okay. So now we can see everything. The stream looks good. We're doing it. Welcome, everybody. This is my like fake version of Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is if you're not initiated, is an old WBEZ show. I say that it could be like 10 years old and people are gonna come for me. But it's just like a really fun game show format that's live about the news. And so mine is like a little bit of that, a little bit of just like fun jokes, Twitter stuff. But yeah, I hope you like it. Give us feedback, cyberbully me, whatever you need to do. Okay. So my first question is about the context of a text I received from my friend Jeff.
And I want you all to each guess in a circle what you think the context is. So here's the text. Can you see it? Oh, Miranda, you're so big again. There we go.
Oh, I'm giant.
I think I fixed you. Okay, so this is... It's just like whack-a-mole. It's like, oh. Okay, so this is the text. Goddamn Squarespace ruins everything. So this is about an event that happened earlier this month. Does anyone know?
I have a guess.
Okay, we'll start with you, Jacob.
Okay. I'm getting down early, and I know that Squarespace has features where you can see who visited your website, what they're looking at it from. So I'm thinking there was some saw that your friend is looking at their website, and they were like kind of weird, stalker or something.
That's a great guess. I have just recently heard about that too, and that's not it. But thank you. Anyone else want to take a stab? I'll give another hint. Anyone watch the Super Bowl?
I mean, the halftime show.
All the commercials?
Ooh. I want that.
Oh, then you got you. That's very valid. Okay. Do you want to know what it is?
Yes. It's related. I don't feel bad.
So one of the Super Bowl commercials was a Squarespace ad where Dolly Parton rewrote her song 9 to 5, which is historically about like workers' culture, like kind of anti-capitalist, right? She wrote it to be about like hustle culture, and like actually if you just try really hard and work super hard, you can do anything. And so that's the thing, is like, did Squarespace ruin Dolly Parton? But she's in the news again. Have you guys seen what she's in the news for?
There was a statue that someone right? Dolly Parton said, don't build this.
Yeah. So that's the thing about this commercial that was so frustrating, is it kind of like, this is like I think the problem with like celebrity worship in general, but it kind of like ruined like the wholesomeness streak with Dolly Parton. Like people really like her for always having like ridden the line of being like an everyman person while still supporting like queer people and like taking a stand against like inequality, but like really carefully. And so this is the first time we're like,
wait. There's a big echo.
Oh no.
Do we need to wear headphones?
Oh, maybe. Let's put on headphones. Does everyone have them?
I think you might have your desktop audio on as well as like the Skype.
I have headphones in, so my desktop isn't putting out any audio. Unless.
I think that the desktop audio is something to use your headphones.
Okay, interesting. I don't have. Oh God. I don't have any sound. I don't have any sound on OBS besides the NDIs. On this theme. Would that matter?
I think the NDIs are positive.
It might be easier to just that audio.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do this. I'll turn everyone down. And then
Or just completely mute and then turn up the desktop audio.
Okay. And then you might hear more background noise from me. Okay. So I turned all of you down I turned all of us down on OBS and just kept my mic on. Can someone speak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can speak.
Let's see if Zach, or if anyone else can hear it and see if that's better. Ooh, I think my girlfriend's listening too. Let me ask her.
Can other people start talking? I think it sounds good.
Sounds a little bit better.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Great. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for catching that. Okay, great. So, yeah, that was just something that's been coming up in the news, was the whole thing with Dolly Parton and the statue, which everyone was like, the one person who like maybe deserves it is saying like, actually, I don't want this to be about me, which I thought was really fun. But then we got to remember the commercial. Like, we can't really let her live down ruining 9 to 5, you know? Anyway, so that's the first one. Okay, and then this next part is called Bluff the Listener. And historically what happens on Wait, Don't Tell Me is that someone calls in and all the panelists read a headline, one of which is real and 2 are fake. But since we don't have any listeners, or the lag might be too bad, I'm just going to read all three, and you all have to guess which one is fake. Does that sound good? Okay.
Let's do it.
So the first one is, parents of kindergartners in California were caught encouraging toddlers, so I guess like kindergartners, to swap masks in order to create a herd immunity while there aren't vaccines approved for children yet. Another one is, scientists in the UK are planning, Jesus Christ, okay, are planning to infect 90 volunteers with COVID-19 and see what happens. A college student in Florida is arrested for creating and selling fake vaccination cards ahead of spring break travel. I paraphrase all of these, so typos are not indicative of which one is correct.
The first one gives me big Orange County energy. It does sound like something that would happen. The only thing I can say is that the third one reminds me of a different news article that I read that wasn't about vaccination cards. It was like college students in Florida dressing up as grandmas to get vaccinated. Like they tried to disguise themselves. So, not to say Florida doesn't have more than one crazy story a day, but I would be surprised that I didn't hear one if I heard the other,
Okay. That was a lovely analysis. Thank you.
I think the third one stands out as the most
Okay.
obvious, but I'm not confident in that by any means.
All right. What do you think, Patricia?
I also feel like the third one, like I've heard of fake vaccination cards being like made. And so like I've seen like warnings of like not to post your vaccination card on like social media because that gives out like your personal information, and like people can also like remake the cards from like what they see. So yeah, but the other sound interesting as well.
Okay. Jacob, what are your thoughts?
I think the second one's fake, not because of the typo, but just like, we know what happens when people get COVID. Like, why wouldn't they just find people who have COVID? It seems weird to be infected.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we have a lot of theories. Where do you all land? So Jacob's like a hard second one is fake. Does anyone know which one is real? Do you have a guess?
Yeah.
Oh, only one of these is real?
Yes, only one.
Oh, okay.
The other two I made up.
I think number one is real.
I really hope number one isn't real.
What do you think, Beck?
Three is my guess.
So number two is real. 3. Number 2. Yeah. Which makes me feel so good about my fake headlines, but also like, yeah. They're hoping
number 2 is the right one?
Yeah. They're hoping to get 90 people who they can like monitor from like infection to recovery from, it's like 18 to 30. So they're aiming for like young, healthy people. But yeah, they're hoping to do that. But I'm glad I'm surprised. I really thought when I said kindergartners and then toddlers, I'd give it away. I like should have proofread that because those are like distinct age groups that I just made up. But yeah, I based this off of like Orange County, and then Boulder also has an intense reputation for like anti-vax toddlers. So that was my guess. And this one was taken from Zach's inspiration for Florida Man. So just to give you a hint of my thought process. But thanks for playing. Sorry, the news was more disappointing. We'll see how that story goes. Maybe it is actually a great idea on their part. Okay, great. So the next one is a bit of like a fun Twitter challenge I saw and I thought we all could do. It's your ex texted you, I'm dating someone better than you. Reply in 3 words. So take your time. You can write it out, you can draft it out, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Dating someone better than you.
Oop, Jacob. It's like herding cats, keeping you all like the right size.
That is so weird that Skype does that.
I really need to work on my graphic design game, especially after seeing Jacob's like presidential like podium thing. I was like, what?
Yeah, it really raised the bar.
Okay, what do we think? Does anyone have anything good? I picked a rough one.
3 words is so little.
Yeah.
Oh, what would you say? Do you have like a monologue prepared, or would you give them your resume?
I'm just debating how mean.
Oh.
You know, what's the mean joke balance? Yeah.
I wrote my catfish account.
Oh, that's very good. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone think they can top that?
That's so good. What?
Yeah.
No, my apartment has experimented with watching catfish recently.
Is it good?
I don't really love it because I just get anxious watching reality TV sometimes, but
That is so
sorry,
real.
there's a fire truck.
Yeah, I'm like way too conflict averse for most reality TV. It's I'm watching Bake Off and like I get so mad at Paul sometimes. I'm like, just be nice. That's all you have to do.
Wait.
Bake-Off is your level.
Bake Off is too much reality TV for you.
Listen.
Too intense. The reality show that's literally about being cute and making like fun little things where they're all so nice to each other. That's the one that's too much for you.
I have a low threshold, Beck. And like, listen, it's like mostly the judges. Everyone else is so good. And I know that they edit it so intensely, like they'll probably get like reaction images over like 5 hours from all the cast. And then like when they're judging it, they'll make someone go like, and I'm like, I'm sure they didn't do that. I'm sure they were more composed than that. Don't do this to people. Anyway, that's my beef with reality TV. But all that you're right, all of them are. And I was just comparing it to like RuPaul's Drag Race, like how everyone in Bake Off is like, maybe I'll make it to the second week. I only packed 1 pair of clothes. We'll see. And in RuPaul's Drag Race, like even like the most mediocre queens are like, no, I'm winning the show. It's just like such a different attitude. But anyway, Miranda, tell us about your catfish experience while everyone else is coming up with something better.
I mean, I think we were drawn to the show because the host was on the most recent season of Dancing with the Stars, which we also watched. And we loved him. But just watching him like deal with very insecure and very like emotionally intense people is just a lot for me personally. I think we only watched like an episode and a half, so maybe it gets better because we just started the pilot. Maybe they really hone it in and it's really tight later, but it was rough. It's rough.
Oh God, I believe it. Maybe we should do a react to catfish stream sometime. Okay, anyone got a better reply? 3 words. I know Beck is like cutting down his paragraph, but anyone else?
Well, you're saying better. You're saying like we have to, can we just say an idea? I'm not saying it's better.
Sure, yeah, say your idea. Tell me what you have.
So, okay. 1 is pity is powerful.
Wow, that's deep.
Wow.
That's very deep.
I know.
I feel like we have to write a like.
Oh no.
I have to be very mindful the whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
There's, you know, classics like fuck you though, you know, just being angry. Because that's just a mean thing to say to someone, so my response would probably just be anger fueled.
Yeah, I feel like go fuck yourself is kind of an easy, simple, classic answer, maybe. But
Classic
I'm
answer.
trying to think of like so you're still thinking about me kind of text, but I don't know how to get it down to 3 words.
Like still texting me or something like that?
yeah, like why
Yeah,
tell me? Yeah. Go hang out with
Delete
them.
my number.
Yeah. Yeah. Any thoughts, Patricia? You might be
The
too nice
only
for
thing
this.
that No, like the only thing I could really think of is just like replying by laughing. Like just being like, ah, ha, ha, ha. Sending 3 ha's.
Like, LOL, okay.
Yeah.
There's something so intense about 3 ha's. Second like spaces. Like ha ha ha. That is a scary text to receive.
That's good. Okay, I'm satisfied with your answers. Any last thoughts? This was a good one. I'm proud of you. Wouldn't want to cross you. Okay, great. So next I have one little lightning round fill in the blank. I only have 2. Does anyone want to do one of them? They're not super easy and they're not super hard. Did Jacob, you shake your head?
I was swiveling in my chair, but I can do it.
I think you have to now, unless anyone else is dying for it.
I mean, I'll do one.
Okay, great. Thanks. I'll do Jacob and then Miranda. So the first one is Jacob. And the question is, as power begins to return, many Texans lack.
So, am I just trying to fill this in with something funny? Or
Maybe not this one. This one you can just guess what it is.
It's a real, like, headline?
Mm-hmm. This one's from the New York Times. All yours are from the New York Times, and yours, Miranda, are from AP. But don't cheat.
Heat or food? I don't know.
Close. There's one more basic necessity of life.
Heat, food.
Water.
Water?
Yes. A lot of them lack clean water, despite many officials saying you need to boil your water without electricity or running water. That's what they're telling them to do. You could also, other possible solution would be they're lacking a senator, but I think he came back, so that doesn't count anymore. Okay, great.
Many Texans lack Ted Cruz.
Is it a lack? Okay. Next one is grilled in hearing blank apologize for limiting blank trades. I thought it'd be too obvious if I didn't do 2 blanks, but let me know if that's not true. I'll give you 1 blank, Jacob. Are you Googling it?
Oh, sorry. I'm doing one of those.
Yeah. You have 2 more. You have 1 more at this.
Just loudly typing on the Skype call.
That is my bad. What's the app called? For
It's
limited
ironic.
GameStop trades?
Yes, GameStop.
Is it Robinhood?
Yeah.
Robinhood GameStop.
It's
Okay.
good. Robinhood CEO, which I don't know the name, but that's right. Okay, great. And last one for you, Jacob. Meet Elizabeth Ann, the first cloned blank.
I've known all of Jacob's.
Really?
Wait, look at
Yeah.
Then you'll know yours. You're fine.
I feel like
Puzzling old man just said something in the chat. I think they're guessing with us.
Oh, who it is?
Hi, puzzling old man.
Okay, I know this isn't the answer, but my mom did send me this article about the first, like, steak that was made from, like, cloned beef or something.
Someone named their steak Elizabeth.
Yeah, it probably doesn't check out.
That's a good guess. Miranda, do you want to answer since you know?
It's a ferret, right?
Yeah.
It's like an endangered ferret.
Yes. Very good. Yeah, it's really cute. It looks a little sad and scared, but like I would be if I was cloned, so I don't blame it. But it's like a response to some endangered animals, and it's like the first cloned ferret. That was a fun one. Okay. It was a little bit like, it was not a slow news week, but I will say like rightly so. A lot of the news has been focusing on like Texas and COVID and all these things. So I was trying to find ones that were a little bit different. Okay, Miranda, we have a little while before yours, but I love that you're so prepared.
Oh no.
So next we have...
I'm ready to check.
Next we have another, what's the context of this tweet? It might be kind of obvious now because all of you are on Twitter, but what's the context of this tweet? I hate when my awful children demand that I indulge in the luxuries my wealth affords me without regard for how it looks to the commoners, even though all I care about in this world is doing my constitutional duty to the Republic.
Ted.
It's gotta be Ted, right?
It's Ted. It's Ted using his children for an excuse as to why he fled to Cancun with a massive suitcase just to drop them off in Cancun. Great. Lovely. That was quick. Okay, now are you ready, Miranda? And give you a little break.
Sure. Yeah.
Great. So, Dolly Parton, we already did this. Dolly Parton asked Tennessee not to
Build a statue of her.
Beautiful, thank you. Do you want to give why for extra credit since I ruined this question?
I don't really know, but I think Dolly Parton is overall a pretty good person, so maybe it was like, why are we doing this when there's other problems going on? Something like that, you know?
Oh my gosh. Did you all see the chat? That was a great answer. Yes, that was exactly it. She's like, there's too much happening in this moment for it to be about me. But Puzzling Old Man guessed, Dolly Parton asked Tennessee not to stare.
I mean...
Sorry, what were you going to say? Okay, great, cool. Next one. You South Dakota's blank charged with 3 misdemeanors and fatal crash.
Oh, I haven't heard about this. But
Chief of police is my guess.
yeah, it's got to be like an elected official or something really bad. Attorney General? Something like that.
I actually, this is really embarrassing. I think I might have forgotten. Hold on, let me look it up.
Hey, that means you can guess too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
you can.
I want to say it's the Attorney General. I think you're right. Yes, it is the Attorney General.
I just pulled a random official out of...
That was so good. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, it is Attorney General. Yeah, he was involved with a fatal car crash during like driving under the influence last summer, and he's been tried with 3 misdemeanors, which make of that what you will.
Is he still the Attorney General? Like right now?
Pretty sure yes. 'Cause I remember at least in the summer it was like he didn't face literally any consequences, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, misdemeanors, that might be the thing of like, if that's the reason why he got them, is so they wouldn't have to replace him. I don't know. Maybe it's conspiratorial. I can't say anything. Okay, last one for you, Miranda. NASA rover lands on Mars to look for signs of blank.
I mean, based on how the news covers NASA, I'm gonna say aliens, but I don't really know. I haven't been up in the space news recently.
Yeah, that's what they say the mission is about, is they're looking for signs of ancient life on Mars. So any like soil samples, they'll tell us that there's bugs, etc., or whatever smaller than bugs, because they have found water. So exciting
Sorry.
stuff.
Reading the chat.
Elon Musk's soul.
Who are you? You're so funny. Oh my God. That's amazing. I found this follower. I found him. Okay. Okay, and another fun question just about your lives right now. Again, very not, wait, don't tell me, just something I threw in to take a little more time. Name a purchase that you maybe wouldn't have made if it weren't for a global pandemic. So I have a picture of my lovely cat Popsicle, but I will say I actually was planning to adopt a cat. It just made it a lot easier.
Popsicle.
Popsicle, yeah.
Oh,
He's the best.
so cute.
Does anyone have any like materials that they've gathered because we're in this situation?
I made a purchase recently of a Lego set, which I would never actually pay money for normally, but I've really been wanting to purchase a Lego set since the pandemic, and I never did it until now because they're quite pricey, but I bought one and I'm so excited to make it or build it.
And you know how you should build it? In a stream.
No.
A Lego stream, wait. That would be amazing.
Oh, you're right. I should do that.
Wait, what's the setup?
Yeah.
It's part of like this collection called the Botanical Collection, and it's the bonsai tree.
Oh.
That one's so
Wait, that
cool.
sounds so cool. Wait, what?
Oh my God, do you know it? Oh my
Yes.
God,
It
yeah.
sounds so
No,
cool.
I'm so excited for it. It came yesterday, like literally right after I finished my midterms. This is a picture of
Oh my.
the
I'm
box.
for sure.
I could bring the box, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is what it looked like.
That's gorgeous. Wow. Oh my God, this is going to be amazing. I really think you might have to stream it. But
I think so
I
too.
think you're like required now. We'll just cheer you
Thanks, Old
on.
man, I'm so excited too.
Okay, great. Awesome. Anyone else? Beck, you have anything?
No, I got a PlayStation because I was just so bored, and my PlayStation 3 broke. So, yeah, just more time to kill, you know.
What PlayStation did you get? Did you get 5?
4. Nah.
I've heard those
I'm
are
not-
hard to get.
I'm not a gamer. I got to get everything really, really late. But, yeah.
Fair. Thank you. Okay, Miranda, how about you?
Me?
Mhm.
Kind of similar, I guess, to Beck. My roommates and I bought Luigi's Mansion on Switch, not really recently, like at the end of last quarter, and that's our go-to evening activity now is like fighting some ghosts as an apartment. And it's been like this really fun like activity for us to just do and wind down every night. Yeah, I never would have bought it otherwise. It wasn't a game I really knew about until now.
I love that. Thank you.
Nice.
It's you now, Jacob.
Okay, I'm gonna grab
Oh,
he has it.
These are better answers than I was
a
expecting.
skateboard that I got with my friends. And we've
Wow.
been on the streets. I did not know how to skate before the pandemic, but we were looking for like an outdoor thing to do. So we've been skating.
That's crazy.
I love that. Oh my God. That's another IRL stream. I'm just saying. You could be like our bike delivery
get
guy.
us all so sick holding a camera while you skateboard.
That's so fun. I wish I would pick up Popsicle and show you him, but he's a little mad at me today. We'll see. He just gets like, you know, and I'm like, I respect those boundaries. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's because I didn't feed him until 7 instead of 5:30 when he asked the first time. Okay, great.
In the morning?
Yes, yeah. Oh, Harper's gonna. Yes, Harper, will you bring him, please? That makes everything easier on me. Okay, Harper's gonna grab the cat. But yes, he. You probably don't need to know about my cat's health problems, but he has like hyperthyroidism, which means that he's like amped up, hungry a lot, and he like burns through his calories like crazy. And so if I feed him at 9, he'll be hungry like at 5, and I have to like. He's really polite. He'll like come in and like tap my face on the pillow. Like, hello. This is
pretty good.
possible.
Oh my
Can
God.
you see him?
Aw.
Hey,
Hello.
he's such a good boy.
Oh.
So big.
He's huge.
So
Yeah.
fluffy.
He they told us he was part Mancoon, and I didn't believe. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Popsicle. And I didn't believe them. I thought they were just doing that to like get him adopted faster, you know. And then we had him for a few months, and I was like looking on Instagram and looking at all these cats, and I'm like, our cat is like bigger than these cats. Like he's a big cat. And now I fully believe that he's like a quarter Maine Coon or something like that, because he's like 20 inches long from like head to butt, but not even including his tail, and he weighs like 14 pounds. But anyway, your cat's part Maine Coon too, Miranda?
My cat at home is gigantic. Like you said, like 15 something pounds. Huge guy. So
I love it. I love that he's a large cat. I love that I don't really have to worry about birds of prey because they won't be able to pick him up. And just like he's afraid of everything though. He's like really scared of the outside world and cars and things, which is probably good.
Wait, I don't know much about cats. What is Maine Coon? Is it like a breed?
Oh my God. If I wasn't worried about
like
messing up the stream, I would start showing you pictures. Yeah.
they're gigantic.
They're huge. A purebred Maine Coon's like, oh my God. If it wasn't like for so many pets needing homes, I feel like I would totally get like a purebred Maine Coon. They're huge. Like they can be up to like 25 pounds. They're like, they look like little lions. Like they have like a really strong
they're
face.
so big.
Are you looking at them? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Google.
There's a big Maine Coon Instagram presence.
They're so big.
Don't worry, puzzling old man. I still am pretty paranoid about birds of prey with him if we go outside, but I do like to imagine that he's like maybe too big, but we'll always keep him on a leash. Especially if I move to Alaska, like he's not going anywhere outside. Okay, great. So if y'all are ready, the next one is a segment from Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is usually called Who's Bill this time, but since I'm the host, it's going to be called Who's Yvonne this time. And you have to just guess who said these quotes. Some of them are really obscure, but some of them are less. But they're all like relevant to the news a little bit, at least. The first one is, more good women have been lost to marriage than to war, famine, disease, and disaster. Does anyone have any guesses who said that?
It feels like a quote from like an academic paper, or like a really well-established thing. So I'm trying to think about what it would be in the news.
It's like kind of older, but it's been brought into the news lately. Melania. That's not super far off from where we're going with this.
I have no clue.
No clue? Everyone throwing in the towel?
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring up my notes so I make sure. It's Glenn Close playing Cruella de Vil in 1996's 101 Dalmatians. So I don't know if you've heard, but Emma Stone is cast to be the new Cruella de Vil. And everyone's like, what is this movie going to be about? Because it seems like it's a very like feminist pro-women movie, but she like also skins puppies. So we'll see. But that is a quote from Cruella de Vil in the 1996 movie.
Yeah. Noted academic, Cruella de Vil.
Okay, great. The next question is, Texans would be without electricity for longer than 3 days to keep the federal government out of their business. Does anyone know who said this?
Was it recent?
Yeah, it was during this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like a cop-out to say Ted Cruz again.
Yeah, it's not Ted Cruz, but
Okay.
there was another one I almost went with that was like similar. I think it was like the
Mitch
mayor of
McConnell. Let's just go.
Mitch McConnell. Okay, that's right. There was like a mayor of a small town who said something about like only the strongest will survive when people were like, we need help. And that was pretty wild, but I don't think anyone could guess that. This one is former Texas Governor Rick Perry. Okay. And this one I don't expect anyone to guess the last one because it was like a really fun obscure news story that I found at the bottom of like the AP newsletter. But I'm just going to be better about looking inside the toilet before sitting down for sure. Does anyone have any like fun guesses or scenarios you imagine would make the situation be? That's it.
Was something inside the toilet?
Yes.
Was it an animal or something?
It was an animal.
I feel like the classic thing is like a snake, right?
That's what I would imagine if I didn't know more context than you all did. That's a good guess.
Oh.
Like the one from the Harry Potter that lives in like the girls' bathroom, the basilisk. Okay.
Yeah.
This one is from Shannon Stevens, a woman who was hiking in Haines, Alaska, camping in a yurt, and there was a bear in the outhouse that either bit or scratched her, to be determined. A full bear. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Got her right in the butt.
Toilet. Like just in the
Oh my
house.
god.
So
Wait, so did she sit, based on this quote, she sat down in the outhouse before she realized the bear was also in the outhouse?
So the bear was in the toilet. It's like a lot of outhouses are like big pits that you just dig out. And it was just sitting on top of that. And so like sometimes there's like ways you can get in. This has been a problem at Philmont where I used to work. Like there was at least one instance of a bear getting in an outhouse. But yeah, in the winter they make little nice dens. So why not, right? Just some nice aromas. So this woman sat down. She thought she was bit, but the doctors think it was probably more of a scratch. So if I were her, I would stick with bit. Like that's a much better story. But great job, everyone. Those were tough. I definitely was trying to ride the line of like, how much do I make it easier? I want to be super quick, but next time I'll go maybe a little bit more obvious quotes. Okay, here's another fun challenge I just want you all to do. It is, you know, that thing like, tell me you're a blank without telling me you're a blank. Tell me you're a student without telling me you're a student. You can either like describe, like give me a phrase, describe something that happened to you today. You can show me a pic on your phone or like read us a text conversation. So I'll give you like 2 minutes to figure this out because like improv is not a skill of mine, so I don't expect it to be a skill of yours.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, Judy, that'd be a great headline to do for the drawing one. This has given me some great respect for the people who write these weekly and like at a alarmingly higher level of quality than I did. There's also a limerick section, which I was like, absolutely not going to write some limericks for this, but. And also just, if you're antsy, we only have one more slide after this, so this is your last chance to make an impression on our viewers, so.
Mm-hmm. This is fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was so nervous. I was like, what are they gonna hate me?
Do we send you a screenshot or like a photo? Or?
I know this is like not great, but I don't know how to do technology, so please just like hold it up to your camera if that works.
Okay.
I should have like a little window where I could pull that up, but I'm afraid of. Patricia helped me resize the thing to fit the slideshow. It took like 20 minutes. It was so brutal. So I'm like very afraid, like the nice like white line that I just am leaving. Okay, great. Does anyone have anything good yet they want to share? Give your peers
I'm
some more
gonna start
time.
so that I could like set the bar low, maybe.
Yeah, great idea. I love doing that.
I am gonna share a screenshot of a text message exchange I had earlier today. Basically, I think you probably all can relate, but if you're on Zoom for too long, you like recognize the smallest changes in people's Zoom screens or like what they look like. And so I had this exchange with my friend where I said, I just realized your background, is it a room of chairs? And she was like, yeah, it's from a documentary called Chair Times. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like Zoom fatigue is real. And when there's really small changes, like a Zoom background filter, I like always notice. And I think other people do too. I don't know if this is like a way to tell that you're a student without telling you're a student, but that's the only thing that I could really think of.
No, that's so good. I love that. I think there was even one moment where I thought Miranda had moved because her angle was like slightly different on a call. And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, you asked me for like 2 minutes and I couldn't hear what you were saying. So it was just a really long exchange.
That's amazing. Yeah, I went home to my dad's for a week in January because I didn't want to travel during the holidays. It's only a drive, so it's not like I would have. But just in case, you know. Also, like, got me out for, like, seeing extended family by just saying I wasn't there. So I went home instead in January for a week, and everyone was, like, commenting on the fact that they're like, one of my friend texted me, he's like, how big is your apartment? Like, where are you? And it was just, like, a plain white background. But, yeah, absolutely, that was a good one. Anyone else have anything?
I could read a text. Or...
Oh, yeah, go. Do you want to go back?
Oh, sure. Sure. Sorry, I'm watching the stream because I can't see you guys on the call. So, like, I'm only seeing your physical reactions on a delay. But
That's so confusing.
It's a very weird experience. I'll just read this text string. You're chilling on a beach? I'm hella jealous. LMAOO, yes. And I got vaccinated. That's sweet. How'd you qualify? Through my dad, because I live alone, / help him, so they gave me their extra. Lol. Nice. You planning on getting a job there or coming back to Evanston? IDK. I need a job hunt more once I get back. I haven't been because of my dad, so really need to start. Sorry. I wasn't trying to job shame you. I don't do shit. LOL. I do less.
That's pretty. So job shame was a fun word to come out of that.
Sounds like a student conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. I liked it. Thank you.
Especially the I do less part.
Yeah, I love that. That was good. Thank you, Beck.
Can we just acknowledge this beautiful poem that
I know.
Yes. Do you want to read it?
Have you seen this, Yvonne?
I just saw it. Jacob, can you read it out for us?
Yeah. An Alaskan sleeping in a yurt wasn't very alert. She should take more care when mooning a bear. Lucky she wasn't more hurt.
Is that a limerick? Does that qualify as a limerick?
I think it was. It sounded like one to me.
Did Puzzling Old Man just come up with a limerick in 5 minutes and I complained about not wanting to do it in 24 hours? Because I've just been shamed. That's amazing.
So, Puzzling Old Man guests when?
Right? Yeah, we'll need to get your contact info.
Yo,
There's
I
a
think he's the
space in the
crossword
middle.
guy. I think he's the crossword guy.
Yeah, he's the crossword guy. Yeah, he helped me so much. I was like clueless. And he was so nice about it. It's like, it's okay that you don't understand anything about geography. I don't judge you. Anyway.
Wow.
That was so lovely.
So encouraging.
Okay, so I have something from Beck and Patricia. Jacob, Miranda.
I think Jacob had one for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could read it. I feel like the text exchange isn't, it's a little, takes a while to get to the punchline, I feel like. But basically, my friend and I last night were texting back and forth about our CS homework. And we were like both trying to text our friends for answers. And then like an hour later, we realized we were texting the same friend. Like we were both like, oh, I'll check with my friend. And she was like, okay, I'll check with mine. And we were just texting the same person. And I thought it was super funny.
That's really fun. I like that. I think also like, yeah, I wasn't in person classes at all before this. So like finding the network of who's managed to become friends, even though we're all like mostly remote at the Medill MSJ program, has been really interesting. And like it really freaked, oh my God, you all got really small all of a sudden. Oh my God. Sorry, give me a sec. And it really freaked me out because there's this one person that my friend talks about and I'm like, I've never seen David. I feel like I should have seen David by now. Who is David? I don't know who you are. I said, she sent me a picture and everything and I was like, this person doesn't exist. I don't believe you. But these are the woes of online classes. Okay, Miranda, can you follow Jacob?
I mean, I'll try. I was having a hard time finding a good text thread, but I have like an embarrassing amount of Post-it notes on my wall, like just off frame. Most of them are just like to-do lists or like the names of fonts that I need to download or something like that. But some of them are like quotes that I write down from classes, like Zoom moments that really just like I think about a lot and I write them down when they happen. Don't worry, none of you are on this wall. I don't think any of you have said anything embarrassing enough to be up here. But the one that I have like with me right now is I have a class with this professor who sometimes like she takes a very long time to say full sentences, and some of the things she says to us just feel like she's reading a very methodical poem. And I drew her during class one day and I wrote a quote from her. So maybe if I just hold that up to the screen. But she just, at the end of class, she just very slowly said, "Go out and do a sled in the snow." And I just had to write it down because it was like it just echoed in my brain for a really long time, her saying that to us.
Oh my God. I love that. Like, what does it mean? You know?
So cute.
It was very, I mean, I think it was really snowing hard that day, but it was, I don't know. And I had, when I was in class, I had a candle lit and my lights were off, and like by candlelight, this picture I drew is the creepiest thing in the entire world. Like the flickering light on it, I thought I had like created a haunted object.
I love that so much. That's an amazing answer. I like imagine you like laying up late at night and being like, do a sled. Do a sled.
I need to go do a sled. No.
Like, what does it mean? What can I ask? Like, not to like, it's like, is English your second language or anything?
No, I don't believe so.
That makes it so much like more
yeah.
confusing. Maybe it was like Doge culture, like, you know, like that whole thing of like meme language. That's my last guess.
She doesn't strike me as super in with meme culture, but maybe she is. I don't know.
Cool. Love it. Thank you for your answers.
Honestly, after hours of Zoom, I always struggle to make full sentences that make sense. So maybe it's that.
It's a
I
pretty
don't know
late
who she is,
quiz,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like at 8:00 she said that to us, so maybe.
Yeah, and I have this one professor that tells us, like, we have to... Is this on the exam? It's great. I have this one professor that's always like, keep your cameras on. I'm going to call on you if you don't, like, volunteer answers. And so I always, like, try and answer before, like, she's going to start calling on people so that I'm not caught off guard. And it's, like, obviously not well thought out, and I feel like I can never string together a cohesive sentence, much less about, like, complex subjects. Like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, great. Our last slide is another segment of, wait, don't tell me. It's at the very end, and it's called Panel's Predictions. So you get to guess, like, a kind of humorous ending to these ongoing news stories. So the first one is Perseverance rover has landed on Mars after 7 minutes of terror. What's next for the little guy? Someone really stumped you.
I mean, usually after 7 minutes of terror, I just take a nap. So maybe that's what the rover would do too.
Love that.
Maybe it's too cold on Mars, so he like takes a vacation to a warmer planet.
Like Cancun? Or no?
Yeah, for example.
Very good.
Perseverance rover's daughters asked him.
Anyone else? That's a good one. Those are good answers. I like Beck's answer because I imagine it's like when you get home and your parents are like, tell me when you get home. And you're like, I made it home. He sends his picture. And then he's like, I'm going to go to sleep now, though. Like, very cute. Okay.
Man, if you're a rover, like, are you scared of going to Mars or are you, like, stoked about it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I have empathy for robots.
I feel like since it's like how you were made, it feels like you don't really have a lot of agency. It's not like you got like volunteered for this. Yeah. It's a heavy question, Beck.
That's what the big guy thinks about us, so.
Have you ever had a Roomba, Beck?
No, but I just watched a stand-up comedian talk about Roombas. Yeah.
So it's been on your minds.
It's been on my mind.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, great. Next one. As we talked about in class, Gen Z, again, the spokesperson, the official spokesperson for Gen Z just said that the laughing emoji, skinny jeans, and side parts are out of fashion. How will millennials cope? Are you Gen Z? Are we all Gen Z, Patricia? I think you've been.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm barely Gen Z, so.
I mean, I see Zach is in the chat. Maybe Zach can speak to this.
Yeah. Are you X or millennial?
How do you pronounce stress-induced anosmic? What is aphasia? How do you pronounce that?
Aphasia.
I feel like you nailed it.
Aphasia?
Zach says
I like lol.
Zach's on board. The changes.
Yeah, the middle part is back, Judy.
You do the middle part.
That's the thing.
I mean, I
I've been
feel like
trying.
millennials as a whole, you know, tell me if I'm wrong, Yvonne, you're the or Zach in the chat. I feel like you guys embrace when people are mean to you about like the things that you choose. So I feel like millennials are just going to double down, like suctioned on skinny jeans, like truly dangerous levels of tight parts that are like all the way at the ear, you know.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great way to look at it, right? It's not like masochism, or just like, is it sadism or it's masochism where you want it to happen to you? That's great. I love that. I mean, one tweet that I saw about this was like skinny jeans versus mom jeans. Like, who's wearing jeans right now? Like, is anyone actually going outside wearing pants? Like, is that even a question that we have to deal with at this point at this juncture in our lives? And that was good. OMG, what about yoga pants?
Wow. Judy's mom used to pin her hair at night so she'd get a natural side part. What?
Your mom didn't predict this trend.
Yeah, she
I don't
didn't.
know what to tell you.
That's so
I'm a
funny.
little shocked.
Parents always failing us.
Was that painful? Anyways.
We'll have to wait for an answer. Okay, third one. Ted Cruz has returned to Texas from Cancun. What happens next? We already have some good, like, real ones. Like, he put on his Texas face mask on return to see if that would garner any favor. Go ahead.
I guess he needs to go feed his dog, right? Didn't they leave the dog there?
Yeah. That one picture of the little white dog going like, hello. He gets.
Like, did he just get like exposed for this really terrible haircut too? Maybe he fixes that up.
Mm-hmm.
Upon returning home, Ted Cruz feeds his dog, and it's not what you'd expect.
I like to imagine he like lights the candles of the little AOC hate shrine that he has. It's like a really flattering picture of her, and he's like, we'll continue our Twitter feud soon, right after I get past this.
He's just like drafting so many tweets, ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. He gets skinny jeans. I don't. I wouldn't advise that for him. Is a career move. Okay. Great. Lovely. That was really good. Jared Kushner and Ivanka. Do you remember that headline? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Patricia. Were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say Miranda should do this one. This was really not used.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, the last... That's good. The last one is... Do you guys remember those news stories that were like, what will happen if Trump doesn't win to like Jared Kushner and Ivanka? Like, are they going to go back to their New York friends? And like, people were really like, we don't care. But also, I'm curious, what happens to Jared Kushner and Ivanka now that they're just people who are their friends?
Corporate donors.
That's good. I know I saw a news article that they get to choose between going back to Manhattan, to New Jersey, or like $3 million Florida home. And I feel like the answer is obvious, right? You go to Florida if I were them.
I thought there was like something in the news about like Ivanka formally announcing that she wasn't going to run against Marco Rubio. Am I making this up? Like, people thought she was going to run for Senate in Florida.
Was that... I thought that might have been... You're right. I think I heard about this.
We got to prepare for the Trump political dynasty. Oof.
Interesting. That might be what they do.
God.
They rally their weird little people and make a campaign. Okay. Very good. I feel like we should have ended on the Ted Cruz one because that was a better one. But thank you all for joining me so much.
This is the best. Wait. Puzzling Along has the best one.
Man.
This guy is so funny. Okay. He needs to make his own yes, or wait, don't tell me streams. I keep getting confused with the reply all show. Okay, beautiful.
He needs to come on to another one you may.
Yeah, or like help me draft it, honestly. Yeah. Thank you all so much. This is fun. It went much better than I thought it would be. So I appreciate that. And have a good weekend. By the end.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Skype call. I might still be on. Let me mute myself.